Welcome, and in today's video I am going to be trying to survive a zombie apocalypse, but there are so many strings attached. First of all, there are other players, and there are also hidden items all over this map. But let's stick on the topic of other players. This means not only are there zombies, there are other players, and this is extremely dangerous because players can be hostile, they can also be friendly, but you never truly know what they are to you. So you got to be extremely careful, and there are also research labs, and these research labs have got powerful stuff inside of them. You do not want to mess around. If somebody finds a potion, it could give them infinite strength or infinite hearts. It could do anything because these potions have mutations within them and can mutate the player that drinks it.
Well, I spawned in and there's no zombies yet, but I mean, just looking around, if zombies were able to do this much damage, I was honestly in a pretty hard time. As well as other players, oof, they might want to hunt me down and absolutely destroy me. Would not want to, to get in their way. And I also needed to get a stable food source, so that's going to be a tricky one unless I find some farm. I did find some MREs, but I mean, MRE, I know that's not going to last very long. And, well, I'm just going to say it now, I did lose some footage, so I'm going to go up to my first grind bit, but I did join a team, we met up in a house and all that stuff, and yeah, so yeah, it's not really that important. I found a farmhouse with some food inside of it, but there weren't that much food, until I found this, pen, that sort of thing, this farmhouse pen, and there's a lot of hay bales in it, but it started to turn dark, so I decided to sleep for the night. After that, I had a look around and I found a book about the hospital. So I converted all the hay bales into bread. I also crafted some new tools since mine were kind of broken. Then I just decided to run around trying to find any buildings that I could loot. Then at the back of this car I found a potion. Can't find anything about the potion in my notes though, so you're gonna have to check about that through the video yourself. I also found this garden, but it didn't have much inside of it, so I just left. Then I found this market that read closed due to outbreak, so I walked in anyway. I looked through all the chests, but it did not have much except this pencil, but I don't think this sharp pencil is going to do much to zombies. Then I went to the back of this shop, and this shop had a ton of zombies, and it weren't even that big of a shop, so well, I killed a few of them, but I had to leave because I really did not want to die to a couple zombies. I walked up this road and it had a gate saying leaving city limits, so I broke through the gate anyway and I found a bus, and this bus had a bus driver's hoe and it had some insane stats for a hoe. Then I found some side of camp with tons of beds inside of it and chests, so I looked through most of them. Then it started to turn night, so I just slept. And I found something important. I found a map. This map will literally allow my team to use coordinates, so I'm allowed to use the F3 screen now, and I can literally take screenshots, so that's going to be extremely helpful. I also found a book that mentioned an uprising within the camp. I think that probably already happened, as I mean everyone's dead by now. Then I also found a Sarge's sword, but it had really bad stats, so Sarge, what you doing with that sword? I just left it behind. Then in another camp I found a book about the hospital. What is up with that hospital? Then I found some more books about the uprising the camp was trying to do. But guys, I have some bad news. I actually lost the map, and I honestly don't know where it went, so if you guys see where the map went during the video, comment down below. So yeah, cheers. And then I found a house with a potion that says Tomorrow's Hope. When I drank it, it gave me some juicy buffs, but yeah, I also realized I just wasted a perfectly good potion, and I also didn't realize the potion gave me an extra 4 hearts. And there was even a book saying what the potion was doing, so I should have probably read that to not waste a great potion. Then I found a military base and a radio tower, but I went to the radio tower instead because I thought it was safer. Then I went to the tower and I died because there was a button that said do not press, and I pressed it, so yeah, I died. Yeah, I really thought that sign was just a joke and it was going to give me a secret base, but it didn't. So now, yep, I'm on, well, 2 lives. You get 3 lives in this. So I was going to go to the top of the radio tower, but there was not really anything up there because it's already been looted. I also saw the hospital from a distance again. Like, that hospital is just really haunting me. Then I found the City of Gods and I just started to loot whatever I could find. Then I tried to open this gate and it kept telling me contact engineering. I just broke it instead, and after that I left, didn't have much. Then I just started to run around looting everything again. Then it started to turn night, so I just slept inside of the bus. I also found a barber shop, but it was really just a terrible barber shop. There was like zombies inside of it. What are they doing? Terrible service. So I just left. Then I found a town hall, and I looked through the town hall and I found a chest on the side of the mayor's chair. And this chest had golden carrots, but that isn't the good part. There was a book saying, I left my secret stash on the roof. So I climbed up onto the roof and I found insane stuff on it. Literally 3 god apples. And I bagged all of it, and there was some gold and some iron. But, I mean, 3 god apples. That's enough for each one of my teammates to have one. And my teammates probably found one, so we got a few spare. I think we're pretty stacked for this. So, yeah, I just started to run around for a bit more. Didn't find much, so I decided to call it a night. I started to run around for a bit until I came up to this fence, so I mined through it into this cargo port. Then I started to loot this ambulance. The ambulance had a lot of potions. Then after that started to turn night, so I just slept in one of the trucks as there was a bed behind them. After that, I found this other truck that had a sign saying, "Do not enter empty," so, well, climbed in anyway. The truck obviously has loot, and I just found AI cores and a Project AI book, but didn't know what it meant because it just had a bunch of codes in it, so I just put it in my inventory for later. I also looted this nearby military truck and found a grenade. More on that one later, you'll see why. I also took cobwebs from inside all the trucks in case any zombies get too close. I can just place the cobwebs. There's this building I went to, but I did not think anything of it, so I just left it. Well, yeah, you'll see what I meant. After that, I looked inside the cargo containers. They had literally nothing inside. Then I found a dock with a lighthouse, so I swam to the lighthouse and I started to loot all the chests on each floor. Then when I got to the top, there was a beacon, and on the ceiling there was a bunch of trapdoors. So I opened all the trapdoors and there was a bunch of emeralds. Then I found a chest under one of those trapdoors, and that chest had a trident. And that trident was really overpowered. But the problem is, it makes me lose 3 arts, but it gives me a ton of speed. There was also a book, but I didn't read that yet. Then I walked down the stairs with my newly obtained trident. Then I saw that it started to turn night, so I slept in a nearby bed. When I woke up, I saw the volcano, so I thought it'd be cool if I swam up the mountain. Until I got to the road, then I started to walk until I got to this lava road bit, so then I just used water bucket to swim up again. And once I got to the top, I started to use my bucket to turn lava into obsidian. Then I was concerned because someone has got here before me and the volcano's already been looted. There was a bunch of obsidian and chests, and they were just all looted, so that's a bit, well, there must have been good loot in there. Then, well, I just looted the nearby research ruins, and, well, they didn't have much, so then I just continued to walk around the volcano until I saw it was turning night, so then I just decided to sleep in this burnt down research lab. Then I started to walk down the hill after I got down, then I started to walk around the neighborhood. I tried to find my teammates' base because they told me a brief location of the base, but while I was looking, a few zombies got in my way here and there, so I tested my trident on them and it did really well. Then I saw there was a huge highway and there was also a huge city. Oh yeah, I was also in the wrong city, but yeah, it doesn't matter. And there was this huge hospital, and also, I know I'm not going into that hospital, because, you know, a hospital, zombie apocalypse, two don't mix. Then I walked down the highway, and I found a plane crash, and it blocked me from getting to the other side. I went up one of the tall buildings to scout out my team's base, well, to scout the area out to find my team's base, and in a chest, I found a gold club, well, this shovel that's called a gold club, and it got knockback 5 now. That's got to do some damage, but it is gold at the end of the day, so it's probably break. I looked around for a bit and did not see much within the gates of our base until I went to the tower and found the elevator. Climbed up the elevator to the top of the base and found the base.
When I got to the base, one of my teammates gave me a tour of the base and showed me around where all the stuff was and all the gear was. And I realised my teammate's base and my base was a science lab. And, well, this is quite interesting. And then Zuba showed me something really cool. It's an evacuation button. Whenever we press this button, it teleports us to another building, and this was going to be extremely overpowered for whenever we need to just get out if we're being sieged or anything. Then there was a button saying do not press and all that stuff, so then I pressed it, gave me some bad effects, and then I died. Don't talk about that one. Then, well, we got to the gate and there were a ton of zombies, so then I just started to use my bow to shoot all of them so they would not kill us. And then I also showed Super my golf club that has like knockback 5. It is like really good. Then Super and me, we went down to the science lab and I told him to get a lever and he forgot it. So yeah, I'm holding you against that, Super. But anyway, we crafted a lever, then we opened the door, and well, it didn't have much per se. It only had like a totem. Like we could see a totem through the door, but it really didn't have much. But when I took the totem, it like blew up. We did destroy the spawners as well, but yeah, the lab blew up, so then we just managed to get out. Then there was this like house that was fully trapped, like I mean entirely trapped. There was like fireballs shooting from the floor when you stepped on pressure plates, like trapped arrows and everything, and it was just honestly insane. And then like there was this huge pit. There was just straight up a huge pit in the middle of the room, but it was really weird. And I found this room and I found a grenade but nothing else. And then I found this other arrow trap when we were leaving, and well, that didn't really help us out, did it? But it did do quite a bit of damage. Then it's turned night, so then guess what? Zombies started to spawn, so then we just made a run for it. Then we found some barber shop, and well, Super gave me like really good service. I gotta say, even with the zombies coming out, he gave me some really good service up at the front desk. Then we just started to run around for a bit. Then I encountered something really strange. I encountered some other type of zombie. Now this zombie was stronger than your usual zombie. It was much stronger. This zombie had literally the power to do anything. Sure, it was a little bit slower, but it sure did a lot more damage, and it gave you hunger. So, yeah, this is going to be hard to fight. Then we went into a church, and there was literally nothing inside. I'm not even joking, though. There were so many zombies. Then we started to make our way back to the base. We did take a detour onto the highway, but then we went back to on track to our base. Once we got to our base, I literally started to explore our base, because we haven't even explored our own base yet, and this was huge. So then I just decided to give up because of how big it was, and decided to just head upstairs back to the main area. Then with the little iron we had, we decided to craft an iron pickaxe, so now we can mine any gold blocks or any iron blocks we find. And I did need food, so I just crafted more bread with our stacks of hay bales. Then I decided to go to the nuke city, so we needed a lot of items like gas masks, hazmat suits, food, weapons. We need all of this. So then we invited our other teammate to come and join us, and well, they said yes, and they'll meet us at the bridge. So then we started to get out of the gate, but then there was a ton of zombies. So then we just literally just ran for it. Then we started to walk up to this road that led to the cargo port, that led to a bridge, that led to the nuke city. Then, well, once I went in, I nearly died, past the bridge, because I forgot to put, I had the gas mask on, but it was the wrong one, so, well, I literally had to find another gas mask in the back of this truck. Then I found another one because my teammate also needed one, so then we had enough gas masks for everyone. So then we started to go into the city, and we found a tank near the crater. We looked into it, but I mean there wasn't anything in it. I mean, even if we tried to find something, we couldn't, because it was just half in the ground, unfortunately. So then we decided to go into some kind of science lab, and when we went in the science lab, we need key cards for some of the doors, but luckily Destiny had a key card, so he could open all the doors and loot the place. But then some doors we needed a higher tier of key cards. Like some doors we needed a level 3 key card. We only had like a level 1 and a 2 key card, so yeah, it was kind of annoying. We had to try to find one. Eventually we did find one though, and we
just used it to open more doors. Then we went into like this elevator shaft, and we went down to this other floor, and this floor had like some kind of test subject where like if you spawned a sheep, it would just literally just kill the sheep, and it was like really interesting. Then we went into this airlock door, and it was pretty cool, and there was this armory, but we needed a keycard to open it. But we did find the keycard eventually, but it literally had nothing but a couple grenades. So then we just started to explore again. Then I found this like server control room with a chest, and it had a bunch of potions, but do you want one of these? Aren't like the good type of potions, these were the bad types of potions, so I wouldn't really advise you to drink any of them. Then at the bottom of the elevator it was flooded, so we had to be careful till we realised we just needed to craft the door. And that's what we did. Then we just started to loot the area. There was not much loot, but I was close to dying so many times. Then we decided to get out of the area as there was nothing there. Then we managed to get a level 4 access room, like keycard, and it was pretty cool. Then we decided to go up another floor, because now we have a level 5 keycard. Then behind us, the wall to the level 5 keycard room, there was like, there was some sort of thing, and then there was this like door that we had to crawl under. So like there was this room, door we had to crawl under, and it was quite interesting. And this was like a teleportation room, and this was really cool, but the problem was Super was standing on the teleportation machine, and then I accidentally clicked the power button, and then Destiny clicked the teleport because we were testing, and then Super kind of got teleported. So yeah, sorry Super about that one. So now Super was by himself, and we did not know if he was gonna die or not, because well, we don't really have any method of communication. So then we had a new priority to get Super out, because the machine stopped working. So then we went through this like level 5 door and started to look around all the chests, trying to find any book like to tell us how to fix the machine. Then I went into like this test subject room kind of thing, looting it, and then this like test subject spawned in, and this test subject was insanely overpowered. I had an axe and I nearly died. Luckily Destiny there was to save the day. Then I found another book in the elevator that I read.
Atlas Labs, after an incident 17/19/49, there was an explosion and the elevator stopped. Dirt covered the shaft above me without a fire axe, or really I can't break the glass below me. I work at Object, one of the radioactive projects. I have a giga count and it's through the roof. I'm reading, so I guess I'm dead if hunger doesn't end me. The painful burning of my flesh into a pile of goop will. God, I hate this place. I was going to quit tomorrow so I could stay with my wife and kids. They live down the block, so I know they're dead. Pages full of doodles.
So yeah, that is kind of sad. So yeah. Then me and Destiny went back to the room, and we found out the machine was broken. Like, I already knew the machine was broken, but we thought maybe it was working. We just needed to give it a break, but no, it was just broken. But luckily Destiny knew redstone, and eventually we got the machine working again. But the bad news was, it was like a 2-person job for the machine to work, and then I accidentally got teleported. So now I'm with Super and Destiny's by themselves. So yeah, well, at least luckily I found Super, and Super's alive and fine, and we were just literally messing around with this electric door that we found. But the actual area was another research lab, but it's pretty small and there wasn't actually much in it. So then when Destiny back at the other thing was trying to figure out how to fix it fully, I got teleported back as Destiny accidentally triggered it. So now me and Destiny are back together and Super's back there. Then I accidentally triggered it again, so then Destiny is with Super. But luckily we managed to get back together, and now we're all doing pretty well. After that we decided just to leave the science lab, because honestly my brain was just absolutely destroyed after the encounter with science labs all the time, so we just left. Then we just explored the nuke city, and we were just walking around. Then we found this like huge mansion, but we didn't go in because it was like zombies mansion. Didn't really think so. Then we just camped down at this tunnel, thinking about where to go next. We did find this restaurant thing, and well, there weren't much inside, so we just found this other boat, and we just decided to sleep in this boat. Then after that we found this huge yacht, and this yacht had something in it. This yacht had an insanely overpowered potion, and now this potion gave me literally every effect, and I wasted it. So now I literally just lost the best potion in the game because I was being stupid. So then we just decided to explore the aircraft carrier, and I literally can remember we explored the aircraft carrier, but I can't find anything in my notes about the aircraft carrier. So yeah, all I remember is that Zuba and Destiny mined a ton of iron, a couple stacks of iron blocks. Good thing this aircraft carrier was a lot of iron. Then yeah, we just went back to base. Scouted a few days back, but before that we went to a pirate ship, and then the captain spawned, and this captain wasn't very happy, so me and Destiny both had to fight the captain, and we did get it at the end. Well, I mean, the captain didn't really drop much, he only dropped a weapon and some armor. Then me and Destiny started our long journey to the desert city. So all of this exploring does make me really wonder, how did this come over and how did this world come? Sure, there's research labs, but that doesn't explain it all. But I read a book and it says there is a research lab that can explain what happened. It shows like a holographic sort of thing, and it just replays what happened. So now I'm gonna head there, no matter what it takes. I'm gonna watch back what happened, and I'm gonna see what really happened. Yes, I finally found it. Wait a minute, this can't be right. Wait, no, the machine's about to explode. Say, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, because this video will be continued, and if you want to hear that, you might want to hit the notification bell. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, also make sure to leave me a comment on where you got bored and where I should improve. So thanks.